have to tarp the car, cover it. Like so. For a ride with me. Back tire's a little soft, but oh yeah, this thing's gonna be fun. Yes, sir. Yeah, she's gonna be a fun ride. This thing is badass. I gotta get some bottles for my exhaust. Probably let it cool for a minute. That's why I parked it under the tree. Exhaust covers here. We're gonna make some caps at some point. Put some nice chrome tips on it, but for now. Yes, they're still warm. This didn't work. I have to figure out a better way to secure that. But anyway, we will see y'all later. Good morning, everyone. Just figured I would show you real quick what I was doing during my break from the Dart. Not really a break, but I got a new transmission for this truck 3 years ago, and from day one it was leaking out of the transmission pan, and I said to hell with it. It was leaking a lot, just a little drip here and there. Then it got worse, and I added fluids for 3 years. And then about 6 months ago, it started leaking from the torque converter. So I said, to hell with that. I'm going to get a new one this winter and get rid of this one and get a brand new one, since it was under warranty for 3 years. So we took out the old one. I didn't get a video or anything of that, but this is a new one, brand spanking new 4L60E. I'm just bolting it up right now. I just put a couple bolts in it, and I'm gonna let the jack down, leave this strap under it for now, and put the transfer case back in and exhaust. Anyway, that's what I'm doing today. Should have it done back out of the garage today in the dark vacuum. We are back on the DartRango. I didn't think about it before I started, but you know, these pieces I cut off this hitch, I believe it went to a Chevy Silverado. Putting it on the front because I have a winch on a receiver that you just stick right in here, and so you can pull it in and out, and I can tow backwards or whatever. So that's what I'm doing right now. Yes, sir. That'll be good and solid. Frame is all the way back to about here. I can pop it there. Up in here. Here. I can put some metal in there, one there, one here. Then you can reach inside, one on the bottom. So it ain't gonna get pulled off. I know that. Yes, sir. I'll go the other side. Yeah, that'll pull out anything. I did the same thing with my Jeep. Put a hitch on the front, and boy, I tell you, you put one on the front, you put one on the back, you get a winch that has a receiver welded on it, and you can just slide it in, put the pin in, and pull from the front, or take it out, pull from the back. It works really good. Write the list. Probably a few other things that I'm missing, but yeah. Alright, hitch is done. Pretty rugged. I had a headliner and pieces out of a Volkswagen Jetta, I believe. It had a sunroof in it, but I decided to throw it in here just because it's cool and it'll help with the sound a little bit. But yeah, got some 6x9s for the back, 3 of them. I'm gonna have 2 of these in the doors, and then 2 more of these probably up here. But right now I'm gonna do the rear shackles, these right here. Jack this baby up a little bit. We'll level it up. This side's good. We're gonna do this one. So there's a gap between it here and here. So what I did on the other side is I just took some pieces that I cut off from the hip. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I probably have tripods. I hope you like my jack. Something I came up with. bolt, stick it in the back. These come with all your Chevy trucks. Stick it in there. Thing works pretty slick. You can go fast, slow, works great. Step back, see, she's leveled up now pretty nicely. I think I probably got 2 inches out of it, so that's cool. Continuing on this DartRango. I got some tires, probably gonna put those on those wheels. I got this sheet of mesh here I just cut a piece out of. I forgot to video, of course, because I forget to video everything, but cut this piece out here. I'm gonna paint it, let it dry, and it's gonna go in behind there. I also found a bumper from a 1967, I think, Beetle. That's it right there. It's chrome, close to the one that was on the car originally, so hopefully we'll match up and make it look nice. Gotta do something there, because that hitch looks weird just sticking out like that. But yeah, anyway, we will we'll be back. So we are doing some step ups. One, to hide this mess where the bodies come together, and 2, so that it's easier to get in. Plus, it looks more finished off. I'm gonna weld the brackets to the frame. We want to push this end up this hair. So we're gonna weld that up. Try that. I'm not a professional welder by any means at all, but not horrible. Yeah, you should be able to step up on that, I would say. Not bad. That's only one bracket, so. Yep. You put on another one back here, another one right here, and that'll be that. Don't look bad. Looks pretty good from back here. Yesterday we installed this rack. I had no choice. I mean, I could have bolted it, but I didn't really want to put holes in the roof. So we just welded it. I know a lot of you might think that's stupid, ruining the roof on this car, but actually it's not ruining it as much as it would be drilling holes. You'd want to use something like 3/8, and I didn't really want to do that. Only burnt one spot of the headliner, caught on fire. Nobody will ever notice it, I'm sure. Figure out wheel wells so I can keep the mud from getting to the motor. Right now it's all open, and I don't really want mud getting all up in there. I did that to my Jeep, and the alternator, distributor, everything was covered in this clay mud, and I ended up pressure washing it to clean it all out, and something got wet that didn't want to get wet, and now it doesn't run right. So I don't want to do that to this, so I probably will not. I'd like to find another piece of chrome strip for that. When I got this car, all this was all pulled off, so I put it all back on. Probably actually gonna make this say DartRango too. See if I can get some emblems for Durango. Find something off another car that I can use. I don't see any Durango emblems up there. There's something I like doing. Anyway, we'll see you a bit. So, I got some wheel wells that came out of Chevy, or inner fenders rather, just to help keep the mud from going up in the body. I'm gonna do the same thing in the front, but I think I'm gonna have to custom make them out of tin because there's too much going on up there. I have a bolt right here. So my issue is I got a bolt back here. Unfortunately, goes to the sway bar. Why they'd put 14 millimeter? But anyway, it's pushing out on my thing here, and I want it to go in flush. So keep that up. Take something like this. Like that. Heat it up, bend it in. Do the same thing in here, bend that up, and that'll help hold it. I'll build this fender here. It's pretty rough. But I might do that another day. The body's a little rough, but I don't really care all that much. I just took that tire off that wheel. I was gonna dismount these and put them on the wheels. That one on that wheel, and it slipped right on like nothing. And I was like, shit. So I looked, and these are 15s, and those are 16s. So now I have to go and pull the wheels off the Jeep out back. It's like 10, 15 degrees out, and the Jeep's buried out back in between two cars. So should be fun. Yeah, the shop is a mess. We are putting these tires on. The other ones were 15-inch, as I said. Plus, I wanted to use these anyway. These have a lot better tread. But I figured while we are taking the tires off, we'd paint the calipers. We're going to paint the wheels. It's really not difficult. Don't really care that much if I get a little bit on the tire. I've painted so many wheels. I'm kind of a master when it comes to spray paint. And there it is. Nice gloss black wheel. Let that set. I'm going to take a second and clean this mess up. But let's try and put air in this. Now the back half is open. You can trust it a little lighter. Starting fluid. Put the air to it before it deflates. Put this back over here on dirt pile. How y'all doing? I didn't film it, but did a front inner fender well, whatever you want to call it, mud resistance. Keep it out of the motor. Something I didn't have on my Jeep, and that's what ruined it. Also did seatbelt yesterday. Yes, so seatbelt. it in up here. It has seat belts in case you roll it over or something. I personally don't wear them, but I put one in on my side anyway. Turn it around and do the other side probably tomorrow. Since I didn't show much of the building on the other side, I would try to remember and show more on this side. So I'm getting ready to put on this step running board, whatever you want to call it. Just pulled these brackets off. They used to bolt on a stock that came off of the DartRango. There used to be brackets right there. If I put them back where they were, they'd be way down here. I don't really want them way down there. So I'm gonna go something like that. Not like that. Something like that. I'm just gonna do some cutting. There it is, back wheel well done. Running gear. Also put in poop handle. There's the seatbelt. That's the speaker. Cleaned it a bit. Seat covers. Once again, I didn't think to film doing these exhaust pieces. It's kind of a pain to get them to line up just right so that the hood closes over them. I didn't want to make the holes too much bigger. I'll just set you guys down. These chrome tips I just cut off of a junk car out back. Don't look bad. Want to be able to see over them and around them. So I think it looks pretty good. Also got to put in the other handle. I showed you that yesterday. Today we are running wiring for these lights we got. Hard to see them, but got some covers that fit perfectly inside this ring. They used to come outward. The only thing I have left for taillights is this right here. So it used to go on like that and came out. But I don't have any, so we got these. You glued them in. They work perfect. Got the wiring for the brake lights, it's done. Just working on this massive wiring here. I was trying to find the taillight wiring, original, so I could hook it back up. I found the original brake light, which is good. So at least I can hit my brake pedal and have lights. But right now, I'm just running wiring. Got these 3 wires right here. Will go to my marker lights and tail lights. I just ran them through here, through there, like so. I want to pull that up out of the way as much as possible. See if I can find a headlight wire. should have lights. There's my tail lights and my front marker lights. About this switch is if you ground it, it lights up, so it tells you that the power's on. I'm gonna put this plastic covering back over these wires and secure them up in here. I had to rebuild all the brake lines because they were all bad. So I did this one here, this one here, that one there, and this one here. So all the lines in this bender were gone. So I scabbed some coated line off a car out there that's junk. And I pulled the fittings and drilled them and got the parts and pieces out, make it work. So yeah. Just ran diagnostics on this because it has a hard time starting. But with 230,000 miles on the motor, I believe, I don't know if it's ever been replaced, but I assume it probably needs a tune-up. Only should change the oil and whatnot, should be fine. So I'm gonna pull this off, and I'm gonna pull the spark plugs. This thing's got coil packs. Spark plugs are pretty much buried down in here, so it's gonna be fun, especially on this side with all this stuff that I put in the way. Originally it was gonna be a derby truck, so I moved everything. I might actually put this fuse box back over in here somewhere. That way it's out of the way of all this stuff. So, doing this tune-up, and I would say that this is the issue. Why it ain't running very good. The spark plug has no tip left. I don't know if you can see that, but I'd say it has probably 130,000 or more miles on these plugs. And I didn't have the ones that go to it, but I have a set that look the same. They look the same height, same thread. So I'm sure they'll work better than the ones that are in there. Spark is spark is spark. But that's what we got going on. I had to move all my stuff out of the way. I'm gonna disconnect this wire to the alternator and extend it so that I can put my fuse box right here. Good morning, YouTube world and friends. So we have a switch for our marker lights. We showed you that. And this morning I added another one down here. And that goes to the super bright light in the back and the two reverse lights, so we can see backing up at night. I also found, not sure how, I just went out to my other DartRango and looked to see where the headlight wires came out of the harness, because originally, as I have said, this was going to be a demolition derby truck, and I cut and tucked all the wires out of the front to the back here so that the front could get smashed and not blow anything. So I found that this harness right here had the headlights in it, and right here in this little tiny group of wires I found the headlight wire. Let's see if they work. Also built the battery bracket yesterday, so that battery ain't going anywhere. And got padding on there because the hood is real close to hitting the positive terminal. Fusible link for my lights up here. Originally had it hooked to a wire inside. That was keyed power down in here, and license plate wire. This little doodad right here was touching that, and it blew my fuse. And I have no idea what fuse it is, where it is. So rather than sit there and search for fuses, some of which are buried in there, I said I just run a new wire, and that way I can use the lights whether the car is on or not. You know, if I'm doing something out in the woods, rigging up, and don't want to have the car running, or the car won't run anymore, but I need light, I can turn on the lights rather than have the key on. So that's that. This weekend we're going to take her out for a ride somewhere, so we'll bring you along for that. Might be just down on the ice, I don't know yet. We want to test it out. Hello there. So I am going to tint these windows. What side is the tint? But we want it to look semi-professional, you know, like everything I do. There we go. Tuck that in there. Use no credit card or no gift card of some kind or something. So mess up your tint. But the tinted window came out alright. I kind of wanted to use 5% on the sides, but we're going to use 35 this time. I don't want it super dark, but I want it tinted. So that's that. The back windows are the hardest, they're the worst, and with those speakers, it's going to be a nightmare. Just wanted to show you that tint. This morning I went through my oil filters. I have a bunch of parts on the shelf here, and I was going through them all, and I saw that I had one for the DartRango, or a DartRango, which is what this is sitting on, and I said, well, let's check the oil. Checked the oil in it, and it was really full, like way over full. So I decided to change the oil. I started draining it, and it was like water, and I smelt it, and it was like gas. So because the plugs were so bad, the gas that was going into the chamber, not burning, leaked down through the pistons into the oil, I assume, and filled the oil with gas, which is no bueno, no good. I pulled about 8. This is full, like up to here, full, and then this one's got it's at almost the 3 mark there. 1, 2, 3. That's about 8 quarts of oil, gas mix out of this thing. So luckily I haven't driven it much or ran it much. But yeah, that could have been very no good. Blow my motor. So all good now. I'm gonna take her out for a ride here in a bit. I just got a couple tiny little things, and she's coming out of the garage, so I can move on to something else for a bit. But yeah, that's where we're at. I will be back, and we'll show you how she goes. Let's see if we can fit through here. 5 wide. Got plenty. But there's quite a bit of snow. I'm not really sure why this thing is getting such, it's like, feels like it's sucking fuel, too much fuel or something. Not really sure. There's a bit of a frost heave here, but we're gonna send it through the snow and go out on the ice and have some fun for a minute. I'm gonna set you guys. There it is. She moves. It's mostly a mud rig, but she'll go out and play for a little bit before I put her away. Thing looks pretty badass, I gotta say. Oh yeah. We'll see y'all later. Well, we had a little issue. Not really sure why, but she caught fire. She was burning pretty good when I looked under the hood. And I popped the hood real quick. Yeah, burnt fucking, my gloves are burnt pretty good. Good thing we had gloves, so it would have been our hands. Yeah, we would have been throwing snow in there. And now it won't start, so I don't know what the fuck. Okay, bye.